me and cringe are like the opposite side of magnets. It doesn't get along. It's not meant to, and if it did, the world will just. Oh, that's what I used to think because, well, guess what? I was raised to be an alpha, a real man, and cringe is just, it's beta. That was the most alpha nonchalant stuff that you ever find out there, right? Well, that's what I used to think. Well, now I am the beta man that I am. I just realized that that's all bull. So basically, this video is gonna be about me yapping about how cringe is bad and how I came to be cringe. It's a little complicated. The way that I cringe at everything and how miserable it made me, right? But this video is about me and I'm just gonna be yapping about me. If you're not interested, bam bam. It's gonna be a messy one, but I'm gonna try my best to keep it cohesive. But it's basically a yap session. I don't want to make it professional and write about it because I don't do something unless it's too perfect, and I hate that. I just want to be able to like just say what I want to say, and like I want to be able to do fine, to do okay. It's just a way to break my own rule because somewhere along the way I decided that I'm not gonna do anything unless it's perfect, and I cannot do anything at all because nothing is perfect enough. The standards is too high, you know? Everything was cringe for me. Like there is nothing I could do that won't be cringe. Like just fucking talking is cringe somehow, and you just like you become this version of yourself that don't interact. You just become a literal statue when somebody's talking to you. I did not mean, like, I was not doing that to be cool or anything. I mean, part of it was that, to be honest, but like the most part was I did not realize that I was like raised this way, to be like that, to get away from this all cringe stuff. Because, you know, for me, I guess cringe was meant or a metaphor for like inappropriate, you know? The main reason was because I was raised in a manner where everything is cringe and everything is just not interesting because I'm way too cool for everything else. I'm way too cool to do anything, to watch anything, to talk about anything. You know, I'm not supposed to show interest in anything. I'm just supposed to be this statue that's roaming around the planet. And again, I did not realize at the time that I was the cringe one. It's ironic in itself, but it made me miserable, you know? Everything that I'm supposed to, I don't know, like or care about, I needed to throw away because guess what? That was cringe. And caring is cringe. You know, having passion is cringe. Everything is cringe. And I was, and still, miserable because I still cannot show the level of carelessness that requires you to be cringe, you know? Or like the level that cringe requires you to be able to show to be. I get what the fuck. You get what I'm saying, right? Like you need to be careless to a certain level to be able to be cringe. And this is ironic for me because, you know, most of my life I was just proving to myself that I don't give a fuck about others. I did not realize I actually did care and how it hurt me when other people told me like all this bad thing. If I'm not doing what they want me to do, I'm just a failure, and everybody's just like, my family is very toxic. I mean, you can tell by this story, but like I did not realize that at the time. I just realized that, I mean, I kind of did, but the majority of my life I actually acted as if I did not care. My actions show that I don't give a fuck about them, and it made them, you know, more aggressive toward me and blah 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 blah, and I don't care about that. Now looking at it back, I realized that I did care about what they said. I cared too much because guess what? I was living with them. I lived my entire life. I've been hearing this stuff, and you know, I always told myself, I don't give a fuck. Why would you care about others? Why do you like? It doesn't matter. You just do you. Who gives a fuck like about how do they think of you? It doesn't matter. Nobody of them cared about you enough, you know, to get to know you. Like they don't know who I am. They don't know what I like. They don't know nothing about me. So I should not care about them. But I did care, and that is the issue here. And well, I guess for me, that's the main source is the way I grew up. That's why I came to like, you know, I cannot be cringe because nobody's gonna like me. I cannot be cringe because that's bad. And whatever I'm interested in, they always told me, you know, it's not a good thing. It's bad. It's just weird. It's cringe. I am weird. I'm cringe. Now, as I grew up as a person, you know, I realized that, yeah, I mean, this cringe stuff is a defense mechanism for you to not be kicked out of the community, you know? Because if you do something that is cringe, that means people are gonna, you know, get away from you. They're gonna just hurt you and they're not gonna be getting along with you as you want them to be, right? because most of my life, I it's hard to admit, right? Because I always said I don't need anyone, I don't give a fuck about anyone, I'm just gonna do me. And I was alone for the most of my life, and because of that I wanted them to care about me. It's a little complicated more than that, obviously, but yeah, anyway, like that's how it's come to be, and everything is cringe. Now you cannot do anything because guess what? Everything is cringe to you. People like enjoying their life, people having fun is cringe because guess what? You don't even know at this point. Like there is no reason for this to be cringe. It's just cringe. Everything is cringe. There's nothing that is not cringe. Trying is cringe. Not trying is cringe. Like it just became this thing where you lose control and everything that you don't do become cringe, I guess, and you don't know the reason. And it's just, I mean, don't get me wrong, there is stuff that's cringe. Obviously, cringe is this thing, right? There's something that is, or is it? I don't know. I'm trying to understand it more. But for now, I want to be more cringe. I want to be able to do me, I don't want the reason cringe to stop me from doing stuff I want to do. Or like, I don't know, like try to do. Maybe I would not like it, but even trying it became like almost impossible because of the way you label it. It's cringe, so it's bad. It's not a thing you should try. Cringe is bad. That's what it became to be. You should not even try to do anything because guess what? It's cringe. Even if you enjoy it, it's still cringe, and you should not do that. That's a really bad thing, and that really makes you miserable. Everything is people are it's cringe. You cringe yourself, you cringe about yourself. You are cringe by yourself, and that's what I became to be. I became this machine that is look at everything and it cringes, and that's not a good thing. And I've grown up a little bit more now, and I realize that I want to break from this thing and be me, be who I am, who I want to be, because I don't care about what others think. I think there should not be any restriction for you to be you. You know what I mean? If they like, I'm pretty sure like some random person out there will find something I do right now is cringe. So why care at all about that? Like basically, cringe is saying that, well, I should not do this because people gonna look at me and say that this is cringe and this guy is a loser or whatever the fuck they're gonna label you as. It's just a way for you to be protecting yourself because you are scared of your friends maybe, or your parents, or your like siblings or family, whatever. And that's a bad thing. Regardless, you should do the stuff that you want to do and not do it because, well, people are gonna say you're cringe, you're weird. Don't get me wrong, there is some stuff that we should not do, obviously, but I'm talking about like the most basic stuff, like the stuff that there's nothing wrong with it. We just decide, or I just decided, I mean, I'm not the one to be talking about we, but I decided that it's cringe. I should not be doing it because I don't know why. I lost the reason. It doesn't matter. It's cringe. That's about it. Don't even try. If somebody did it, they're cringe. They're just ew. Like what? Why? Yeah, so I guess the goal from now on, I'm just gonna be me. I'm not gonna try to be cringe as Max. No, that's not the goal here. The goal is just to be me. The goal is just to be someone that don't care about what others think and do what I want to do, regardless of how they think about me. And ultimately, this is what the video about. Because cringe is that. It's a way or mechanism to, again, protect yourself. So yeah, the goal is just to try to be me. Anything I think about, just do it. It doesn't matter if it's cringe or not cringe, if it's just silly goof fun, who cares? It's not that deep. You should just be you. Do stuff. Even if it's cringe, just try to do more stuff. I'm just stuck at this point where everything is cringe, trying cringe, not trying cringe, doing anything is cringe. And that's not gonna go away unless I try to move away from this mentality, because it doesn't matter. It's not that deep for me to be able to just not care. And I know it's not that deep, and I realize that, but I don't know why I cannot. I improve a little bit, but then I relapse so hard for some reason. I don't know why. So I'm gonna try to keep moving all the way now. It doesn't matter. The goal here is just to do stuff and to be me as much as I can, regardless of, whatever the fuck. So I'll try to be making videos. Maybe that will help, So yeah, hopefully that will help me. And hopefully whoever you're watching too, if you're struggling with this, everything is cringe to you, I hope you understand that this is just silly and there's nothing really as cringe as it is. Because we throw cringe as like some silly actions. It doesn't hurt anyone. It's just some silly stuff again, who cares? It's not that deep. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't. Who cares? It's not that deep. You should do it just for you again. Just be you and try to do you as possible. You know, a lot of people will just stop you from being you because they don't like certain aspects and certain stuff you do because they're cringe and you are just too silly. I mean, it's possible to be too silly, right? I'm not gonna deny that. As long as you're not hurting anyone, who gives a fuck? Just be you and don't become a statue like me. It's not a good thing. Just, be human, be you. And yeah, I feel like that's all I wanted to say for this one. Take care.